Hey everybody, I just wanted to share some things with you in this video workshop for some stuff that I've been gleaning from a book called Teach Like a Champion by Doug Lemov. This is what it looks like. It's a fantastic book where he looks at many teachers and gets ideas from them as to what they do in their classroom that makes their teaching and their lessons so effective. So he's not the one who's claiming to have come up with the ideas, and neither am I. We're just sharing what we've seen from others, what he has seen from others, and I want to share it with you. Some of these techniques might work, some of them might not. Now, most educational books talk about ideologies and methodologies and why we do what we do and so forth. This book has more to do with things that are concrete that you can do in your classroom right away. So the first one, speak in complete sentences. I think this technique would do really well in our bilingual school. The skill of being able to speak in complete sentences will allow them, the students, a straight ticket into college and will grant them the opportunity to succeed in the workforce. This strategy helps prepare students for the future by requiring complete sentences and correct grammar, by ensuring that they understand that this is the correct way of speaking, and just as school is a professional place, they will need to use this language to succeed in other professional settings. So, we can encourage our students starting today to speak in complete sentences. When we ask them a question, oftentimes they will raise their hand and they will either say a fragment or one word. But we can encourage our students and say, you know what? Complete sentence. And they will say, the answer is 4, or the answer is this. Instead of just saying 4 or Socrates, we can actually say complete sentence, and it will help them with their grammar tremendously. The next technique I'd like to talk about is called voice. There's not much point of discussing answers with 30 people if only a few can hear you. If it matters enough to say in class, then it matters that everyone can hear it. Otherwise, class discussion and student participation appear as afterthoughts, incidental banter. Now, while sitting in the classes, I know that sometimes there are many students who speak really quietly, and maybe they're shy, or they're embarrassed to make a mistake, or they really do have a soft voice. However, when we ask them a question and they respond, but only you and maybe 1 or 2 or 3 other people can hear, but the other 20 cannot, what we are communicating to the other 20 students is that their answer wasn't really that important. We can teach our students how to project their voices and speak loud enough for everyone to hear. We can simply say the word voice, and when they hear that, they will know that they need to speak loudly enough so that everyone in the class will hear it. It's definitely something that will take practice, but if you do it, it will help not only that student, but also the rest of the students in your class. The next technique is called no apologies. Assuming something will be boring, say something like, guys, I know this is going to be kind of dull. Let's just try to get through it. Sometimes when we start our lessons, we start with something like that, and we apologize and say, you know what, I'm not sure that this is going to be interesting, or things like that. But what the author here is saying that we should never do that. We don't know. In our class, we might have a future mathematician, we might have a future musician, we might have a professional poet, or a scientist, or an English teacher. We don't know what they are going to find interesting. But if we apologize right at the beginning of our lesson, many of our students, even that one, they might decide, you know what, they're right. This is going to be boring and I'm not that interested. Sometimes we can say other things like, this material is great because it's really challenging, or it's going to be difficult. Or you can say, this gets more and more interesting and exciting as you understand it better. Our next technique is called Post-it, the objective. The idea is every time you teach a lesson, to have one place in your room, the same place every day, where you write out your objective so that students can see it and they can actually engage in the learning process and realize at the end of the period today, I'm supposed to be able to do that. And when colleagues come in and coworkers and administrators come into your room, they can look and there's going to be no ambiguity as to what you are trying to teach that day. And they will be able to know, and they might be able to help you. The hook. Sometimes when we start our lessons, it's a great idea to start with something interesting, to get them engaged, to get them interested in the content. Because if we do that, it will help the entire lesson go much better. We can use things like a brief story, or a riddle, or a picture, or a short video that can help students become engaged in the lesson that you're teaching. Also, another one is called Circulate. This is something that I've seen many teachers do already, and they are doing a really great job. The idea is moving around your entire classroom, going from place to place, engaging with students to show them that it is your classroom. You own that classroom and they are a guest in your classroom. And it will help with accountability and it will help you engage to find out how your students are doing individually. Now, the next one is an idea just from me, not from the book. Use PowerPoint and Google Slides. I've seen many teachers spend a lot of time simply writing things on the board, but if you were to use Google Slides or PowerPoint, you would be able to put those things on your computer and post them on your screen, on your TV screen, and save valuable time that you could reinforce and teach more things in your lesson than spending time writing on the board. I did make a video earlier about how to use PowerPoint and Google Slides, especially if you cannot download the app on your iPad or your tablet. We will have more techniques soon from this book and from other places. I hope you have a great day.